So here now they commence the work, and you go to Ezra 6 and 1 through 8, you'll find that how God used some people, amen. Some people who aren't the children of Israel went, amen, and got Darius' attention and said, Darius, we want to show you, that they're not up, it's not that it is doing something, they're not up to no good. They don't have some agenda. This thing was prophesied by the Lord. Amen. And this was decreed by Cyrus. And so these people, when you read the 6th chapter, you'll find that these company of people, they help in advancing the building of the temple by bringing it to the attention of Darius, the decree, and took them to the library and said, this is in the library here. And this is what, amen, has been said, that they're supposed to go back to the land. And it has been decreed that they go back and they build. And so this is a law that's on the books. And so you can't change it. You can't change the law. You can't change the decree. So they basically said, these company of people who were not Jews, they said, let these men alone. And not only did they say, let these men alone and let them go back and rebuild the temple and let Zerubbabel do what God told him to do. He said, but not only that, amen. And when they spoke on their behalf, and when God touched the heart, amen, of Darius, they decided not only we're going to leave them alone, I'm going to name into the 7th and 8th verse. He said, amen, but he said, I'm going to make a decree that not only are they going to go back and build the temple, but they're going to have the money to do it. And we're going to be the financiers to make sure that they build whatever they need to build. Amen. Not only that, but we're going to bless them with whatever they need. Come on, so not only we tell them to go back and resume your building, and we're going to help you. Not only are we going to help you, we're going to give you money. And then they said, then we're going to punish anybody that fights you. See, amen, you get to a place in God where God said, I'm going to fight those who fight you. I can't hear nobody. Come on, though, God said, I'm going to fight those. And whoever's your enemy going to be my enemy. It's in the book. Y'all ain't saying nothing up in here. Who am I prophesying to here today? God said, amen, once you turn your face to me, I'm going to turn my face to you. And whoever fights you is fighting me. I can't hear nobody. You don't have to do nothing. You have to get on any kind of, amen, and fight back with vengeance. He said, not by might nor by power. Now here, amen, let me just sit down for a minute. So here now, when God's speaking to Zerubbabel, it is very clear here that he says, amen, it's not going to be by might, it's not going to be by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. So here now, God, he's saying how he's going to do it. It's not going to be an army. You're not going to need the Persian army. You're not going to need, amen, the Medes. You're not going to need, amen, you're not going to need an army coming out of Babylon. He said, amen, so it's not going to be by human power. It's not going to be by an army. Maybe in an old season in your life, there are things I did for you. It was an army. Back in the days of David, he took a slingshot. Are you hearing me? Took 5 smooth stones, took 1 stone, put in a slingshot, took the giant out. You don't need a slingshot today. I can't hear nobody. That was for the last season in your life. He said, amen, glory. Glory. He said, by this here, it's not going to be a man. He said, it's going to be by my spirit. The spirit of God is going to begin to move. Who am I talking to here today? In other words, those of you who say, I don't have any connection. I don't know anybody that's going to help me. I don't have good credit. I don't hear nobody. Come on, amen. My name is not known out there. Your name may not be famous. Are you hearing me today? You're driving by a neighborhood you want to live in, but you don't have the finances to live in it. God said, amen, as long as you serve me, he said, it's not going to be by might. It's not going to be a credit score that's going to get you in your next house. I can't hear nobody. It's not going to be a credit score going to get you to your next car that God said you're going to have no matter what. It's not going to be somebody, amen, who's lined up with you, who loves you so much. If nobody likes you, if nobody want to do you, I don't hear nobody say it's going to be by my spirit. Amen. This is how you're going to live out your year. Not that God can't use all these other elements, but God said if everything was been taken away from you, he said if I say you're going to do it, you're going to do it. If I say you're going to live in it, you're going to live in it. God said if I say you're going to have it, God said you're going to have it. God said you're going to be what I tell you, you're going to be whatever I tell you you're going to be. You're going to do whatever I tell you you're going to do. You're going to have whatever God said you're going to have, and you're going to live wherever God said you're going to live. Are you all right today? Well, God, how? Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. Now, amen, I want to look at it. I got to see this for myself. We often say it, amen. We often say it, Joy. We say, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord. Well, God showed me how you did it. Show me how it begun, amen, before the hindrance and after the hindrance. And so now go on back here. Let's go back to Ezra now. Are you all right? Let's go back to Ezra and look how God moved by his spirit. And let's own it for ourselves. Go back to Ezra. Let's start in Ezra 1. Now, in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. What does the Bible say? Say what?
The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus.
Say what?
The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus.
Say what?
The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus.
No, an army got together. I don't hear nobody.
The Lord stirred up the spirit.
No, some man hunched Cyrus and said, look at here now.
The Lord stirred up the spirit.
No, Zerubbabel had a connection. Come on, somebody.
The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus.
The spirit of the Lord stirred up Cyrus. Not by might, but by my spirit. Not by power, but by my spirit. He said, amen, just like the spirit of the Lord, amen, got on that man and said, Elder Brown, you can drive the car off the lot. Just like the spirit of the Lord got this woman in an $800,000 house and she's not paying no mortgage. He said, whatever I tell you, and you may not see it with your natural eye, he said, but trust my spirit. If I decreed it, my spirit will work it. If I said it, my spirit will move on the dealer. My spirit will move on the government. My spirit will move on your boss. My spirit will move on your family. My spirit will move on the bank. God's spirit is moving. God's spirit is moving by his spirit. Well, now, God, he moved on Cyrus. Cyrus was not a Jew.
Yes.
Who God moves on, they don't have to go to church with you or even be a believer.
Yes. Yes.
They say something. I don't know what it is about you. It's the Spirit of God about